Here are the top 5 Fortnite Creative tips. Our first tip is to make a palette. Well, let me explain. So you see this, so like, let's say you're building something like, let's say you're building some sort of like base, and then, you know, this will be the floor, door, and all that. You're pretty much going to place whatever you need, like the floors, the walls, and it'll help you because, you know, there's not enough slots for everything if you're doing a detailed build. So, you know, let's say you're doing something outside, you know, maybe put some trees in your palette. But yeah, use a palette, it will help out a lot. My second tip is build a few layers above ground level, and let me explain why. Because when you build a bit up, you'll be able to actually have room, because let's say you're building, you know, you've got your thing, but then, you want to go down. If you're at ground level, you can't, can you, because there's a ground. But when you build up, also, you can just do this, and then. And also, I'd recommend just using a hover platform, and you can also do all, like, mechanics at the bottom, so nobody has to see it, even if you don't have any walls. My third tip is, let's say you've got like these props here and you want to duplicate them, but you don't want to duplicate them like this. You want to duplicate them where like you can do it in a proper grid, but you don't want to like end up moving it all around. Well, there's a way you can do this. So pretty much place a build down, select that build and select all the props. And then once you've selected it all, you'll just be able to do this. And you can rotate it and everything. And it will help a lot, because let's say you even did a room too, you'll be able to do multiple rooms without having to do all the hassle of, you know, all the walls and that, and the chairs without having to mess about. My fourth tip is to use a reference picture. You can either just make your own one if you're doing its custom build, or just go on Google. It doesn't even have to be that detailed. It could literally be on MS Paint. You could just do this, do this, do this, and you know, just enough that you'd understand what you want to build, and it'll help because then you've actually got a plan for what you want to do. Because if you're just improvising, you won't really have a clue, but with this, at least you have some sort of idea of what you're thinking about to do. My fifth tip is to back up. Because let's say, I don't know if I like this, I might get rid of it. Before you do that, go in your island, tools, and back up. And then you'll be able to delete whatever you want or add whatever you in. And if you don't like it, then restore. And after a while, it will take a bit, but once it's done, it's all back. So let's say you didn't like it and now it's all back, so yeah. So just remember back, and it doesn't even have to be when you're making change. It can just be while you're building, just in case, you know, you crash or anything, or like the servers go down. Just back up. But yeah, that's the top 5 tips and tricks that I think will help you a lot in Fortnite Creative. So then, roll the outro.